Property tax in Malaysia has doubled starting 1st January 2026, and this only applies to expats and foreigners. So if you're planning to buy a property or get your MM2H visa, you need to watch this. Okay, let's get straight into it. The property tax I'm talking about is MOT, which is also known as Memorandum of Transfer. This is also called MOT stamp duty. It's a tax that you have to pay to the government. So if you watched any of my videos, you know that there are 4 main fees, and this is one of them. It was a flat rate of 4%, now it is an 8% flat rate. I'll recap the 4 main fees later, but for now I want to talk about who this affects. It affects all foreigners, investors, and anyone on a visa, for example MM2H. This will not affect locals or permanent residents. For locals and permanent residents, they use a tiered system, like 1 to 4% depending on the price, and I'll talk about that later because you guys need to know about it. Now, how do we calculate this? Okay, first thing is don't use online calculators. Right? They use the tiered system that is meant for locals. What you have to do is use your sales and purchase agreement price, your SPA price, not the net price. So if your SPA price is 1 million ringgit, just multiply this figure by 8%, which is 80,000 ringgit. Previously, it was 4% or 40,000 ringgit. Now, the one thing to note here is this tax hike is only applicable to residential properties. So commercial or industrial properties still follow the tiered system, whether or not you're local, PR, or foreigner. So if you're wondering what the tiered system is about for MOT, here it is. You have the first 100,000, the next 400,000, the next 500,000. So all this sums up to 1 million. Then you have above 1 million ringgit is a 4%. Now here are the 4 main fees, and I'll give you the sample calculation right after. So we have the SPA legal fees, we have the loan legal fees, there's the MOT stamp duty, which is what we're talking about today, and the loan stamp duty. Now, 2 of these, the legal fees, are basically lawyer fees, and the 2 stamp duty are paid to the government. Now, there are also small miscellaneous fees too. If you are buying from a developer, then the first 2 legal fees are always free. The developer will always absorb these legal fees. If you are buying from the developer and you are paying cash, you are not planning to get a loan, then not only is the SPA legal fees and loan legal fees not applied to you, even the loan stamp duty does not apply to you, which means you only have to pay for one fee, which is the MOT stamp duty. Alright, so let's get into some sample calculation. I'm going to compare a 2 million ringgit residential property versus a 2 million ringgit commercial property. Alright, so here are the comparisons. You have the SPA legal fees and all the other fees stated here for residential. As you can see, the total is 215,000 ringgit, Malaysian ringgit, and the bulk of it is the MOT stamp duty, the new 8%, which is 160,000 ringgit. Now for commercial, the total is only about 120,000 ringgit, with the bulk of it being 64,000 ringgit from MOT. That is about 100,000 ringgit difference. So if you are a property investor, it's now time to look at commercial or industrial properties to expand your portfolio. And for good reasons, because these properties have higher yields, like more than 6% sometimes. Now, MM2H applicants, wait first. I know what you're wondering, and you're thinking, why should I buy a residential property, right? Better I buy a commercial property. Okay, so the main point here is MM2H visa holders need to buy residential properties and register their properties with their MM2H because it's called Malaysia My Second Home, not Malaysia My Second Office. You can buy a commercial property later or after you buy a residential one for MM2H. So to get the MM2H, you need to buy a residential property. And that's all the update from me. Check out nasmalaysia.com to get your free NAS Malaysia starter kit. You can watch these other videos here to get a sense of how to buy a property in Malaysia as a foreigner. And if you're planning to relocate here, this channel is for you because I have tons of videos explaining all the best neighborhoods and cities to live in, including if you want to retire in Malaysia. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.